Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Something a little bit different, but something very exciting this afternoon, this Wednesday afternoon. Liverpool versus Manchester United in the Uefa Youth Cup. Liverpool versus Manchester United is big in any cup, at any level, but this is the under-19s effectively. Tahith Chong, Angel Gomez play. Liverpool, very, very good side. I believe that Manchester United at this age range are currently top of the league and Liverpool are second. It's going to be a tough game. Effectively, Liverpool are the home team, but it will be played at Tranmere Rovers. Lots and lots to be excited about. If you love Manchester United and you understand what Manchester United's all about, which is the youth, then this game is a great one to sort of introduce yourself, refamiliarise yourself, or some of you, as I know, watch the youth all the time. So really, really great if you can join us today. I know we'll have a lot of global supporters with us because of their time, but you're very welcome. If you're new to the United Stand, subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and get involved. Big, big day ahead as well. We build it. It's a nice bit of a time filler, actually, isn't it? Because we've got that Sevilla game coming up tonight as well. If you haven't seen the vlog from Flex that went up at lunchtime, all about Sevilla, the ground and everything like that, was fantastic. So give that a watch. We'll be live at 6:45 tonight with the team news, the big team news for Manchester United versus Sevilla. Got into a bit of an argument with somebody this morning about this. I said I think this is one of the most symbolic 11s Jose Mourinho's picked at Manchester United, because if he picks Herrera and Martial and we try to hit them hard on the attack, on the break, that to me says that he's going to change the way and become more progressive, like I think he needs to be. If he goes with like McTominay and Lingard, I think we're going to be playing a containing, typical Mourinho game. And I think ultimately that will, if he continues down that route, he will end up saying a long goodbye to Manchester United. It will be. I don't think it'll be instant. I don't think it'll be in May, but I don't think he'll get things right if he keeps playing this defensive way. So big team news tonight. But this is the future of Manchester United. This team tonight. Under 23s not doing particularly well. They're not doing particularly well at the moment. But at this under-19, under-18 level, we are doing really, really well. Top of the league at the moment. And Gomez, Chong, that's not one person, that's two players. Tahith Chong and Angel Gomez are two players that many people will have heard of. Well, today we get a chance to look at him. Steven Gerrard managing the Liverpool side. Nicky Butt involved with Manchester United. Many people feel that Manchester United are the underdogs for this, even though we're top of the league. Liverpool have got a decent side. Very exciting. Ethan Hamilton, not Lewis, plays for Manchester United as well, and he is obviously was called up to the team at the weekend, so he's one to keep an eye out for. I was just watching the Tottenham youth, actually. They won on penalties against Monaco, and the winners of this tie play Man City, so it'd be nice to win it because we can do another one. But yeah, really looking forward to it. The team news is going on the bottom there. Look, to a lot of you, there's no I'm just watching Liverpool's highlights here against Sevilla. There's no shame in not knowing. This might be the journey. This is part of the reason why we've done it on the United Stand today, because this might be part of your journey, that you start getting more involved and watching the youth. But in relation to the team news, I'll just let it go across the bottom of my screen, then I can read it out to you. Williams is playing today. There's two Williams involved. So once the subs have gone along, I will read the team out for you. But Sevilla Youth were beaten by Liverpool comprehensively in the last round. So, how many did they score? Did they score 4? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And we don't want to get into trouble against Liverpool today. So, Manchester United team news for this game. You've got... I'll probably pronounce some of these names wrong, as I pronounce most of them wrong. So, Wojciech in goal. Warren... Williams, O'Connor, Lard. Keep an eye out for him. I think we signed him. I can't remember where we got him from. Oh, he came through the youth setup. I'm mixing him up with the lad up front who came from Brentford. Garner, Ethan Hamilton, Tahith Chong, Angel Gomez, Barlow, and Buhi, who we signed from Brentford. On the bench, we've got Kovar, Erkalani, who came in from Serie D. Forget the name of the team. Tanner, B. Williams, Bouneni, that needs changing, Burkhardt and Mella. Most of these players have come through the United youth setup. Some of them have been bought as youth, around that 16 years of age sort of thing. But excited. I mean, most people will have their eyes on to Heath Chong and Angel Gomez, but there's more than that to keep an eye on. Certainly Ethan Hamilton would be worth a look at if you're wondering why Mourinho picked him. At this level, I think he's pretty good because he's quite physical. And obviously Lard is a player as well that a lot of people are rating as a one for the future out on that left back position. When is kick-off? Very close, 8 minutes. We don't go, this is not a proper first team game, so we're not live an hour before with the team news like we will be tonight, but it will be effectively kicking off very, very soon. So welcome to everybody. We're on 193,500 subscribers now as well, which is great. So if you are new, click that subscribe button and get involved. It's going to be a tough game, this is, against Liverpool. They've got a good youth setup as well, as have we. We're the away team, and no Traore. Yeah, I was a bit disappointed about that, trading cards and more. I think he's carrying an injury. Traore was the lad that we got from PSG, and ridiculously good player. Looks like a real box-to-box sort of player, and it would have been nice to see him today, but I think he may have an injury. Under 18s, United are first, Everton second, Liverpool third, City fourth, Liam George. You see, there will be people in there who watch a lot of them. They're walking onto the pitch now. Traore will replace Pogba next season, says Tubes. Might not be ready for that just yet, but he is a hell of a player, and he's hardly been at the club any time, and he's already playing for the under-23s and doing really good things. So, but today at this level, under 19s, you really should be seeing Heath Chong and Angel Gomez tearing it up. Under 23s, first team for Manchester United, little bit different, but at this level with people around their age, well, I say their age, they're not even their age under 19, are they? They're 18-year-olds, these lads. I don't think Chong's even 18 yet. Heath Chong has just turned 18, and I think Gomez is 18 in August. I scheduled a day off when they announced the dates for the Champions League. Just woke up and having my coffee. Cheers, Mark, says Brandon Slaughter. Anthony Martial, where can you watch it? Where can you watch it? Oh, God, it's on all over the place. All over the place. It's BT Sports have got it. I think Manchester United, MUFC TV's got it. ESPN's got it. I think it's great the way BT Sports and everybody are showing it though, because like I say, that Monaco Spurs game, there was one man and his dog watching it because it was in Monaco, I think. Or it may have been Spurs. I don't know, but there was hardly anybody watching it. It'd be interesting to see how many people are watching this, because Liverpool and Manchester United a lot about their youth. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. A lot of people feel that Liverpool are the favourites for this. Gribbin, says George King A. I don't know what the story is with Gribbin. I think he might be carrying an injury as well. I mean, that's the problem. Prince Sharma says that Boonan was tipped to be great, but he's not been good this season. Look, this is the thing about youth. I mean, over the years, if you've been a Manchester United fan long enough, you'll have heard of so much youth that you wonder where they've all gone. If you think about them over the years, we had that... I always remember that Italian lad. What was his name? Was it Perucci or something like that? Oh, apparently he was going to be really good. And Possebon, remember him? I think he was Brazilian. We've had loads through the youth over the years, and I never get too excited about it because you just never know whether they're going to get injured, whether as they go up a level they're just going to get found out. I mean, that's what people have been saying about Ethan Hamilton, that at the younger level, very, very good player. But at the older level, he's struggling a little bit. So we'll see how they get on. We'll see how they get on. Gomez should shine today, says T-Mac Mills. The Great Channel says hello. Please do share the video if you have the ability to do it, and share it out on Twitter and all that. And let's get a few people watching. I appreciate UK time. A lot of people have got work and everything like that, but it's a nice little one for us all to sit back and watch if you understand what Manchester United's all about. And United is all about their youth, and it's a pleasure to be able to do this with you today. John Keogh says, really enjoyed Flex's Sevilla vlog today. It was fantastic. I mean, it's a big day for the United stand. First game, first European game away, doing the fan cams. Flex and Jordan out there. Been out there since yesterday, so they've done a vlog, which is fantastic. They'll be doing fan cams as well today. So, yeah, really good. And a lot of the build-up for this is around Steven Gerrard because he manages Liverpool. The fact that Nicky Butt's won more titles than him and is involved with Manchester United is just, you know, hardly even mentioned, is it? But there we go. D-Show says, hope there's no injuries because it's a poor pitch. It's being played at Tranmere Rovers. Teams are coming out now. Roshan Williams is the captain for Manchester United. Very good player in himself. You may have heard me mention Roshan Williams a lot. Broke the school record at his school, funnily enough, which was held by Darren Campbell, who was a Great Britain sprinter. Very, very, very fast. Very, very well built. I think I get mixed up on ages now. I'm going to have to use... I have to open up another browser for this because ages I get mixed up with because I'm pretty sure he's not 20 yet. Roshan Williams is 19. He is 19. He's not 20 till September. But big lad. Very, very quick. Captain today. And should be able to deal with this lot. Should be able to deal with them. But we'll... I could have done a bit of research really around the ages. Tahith Chong is 18 at the moment. Just turned 18 in December. I was right about that. So Angel Gomez is 17, not 18 till the summer. But yeah, so Williams is one to keep an eye on. I still think he could make it through to the first team. Very, very good player, very quick. Lard at left back, very good player. A lot of highly thought of. Chong, Gomez as well. But there's a few in there. You know, you look at Scott McTominay, and McTominay could be any of those players. A couple of years ago, nobody was really saying, oh, you know, oh, he obviously played for the youth, but no one was saying Scott McTominay is going to be a first team player. In fact, a lot of people were ahead of him. Cal Davies, it's not a league game. This is, I think it's the knockout stage of the youth, because I think the next round is the quarter-final, where we'll play, if we win, we'll play Manchester City. So Manchester United against Liverpool at Tranmere Rovers, but it is Liverpool's home ground, and not loads of people watching it, but great that it's on the telly and great that we can do this because, you know, youth's very important to Liverpool and youth is very important to Manchester United, obviously. And, you know, not many people actually at the ground watching, but there will be a lot of people watching it on the TV. But it should be a good game. Should be a good game. Liverpool are good. United good. Gomez playing either side of Boyhi. I probably got that name wrong. But Coach Gerrard versus Coach Butt. Good times. Good times. And if you want to follow us on @UnitedStand, let me just make sure. Kickoff's about to start. Chong's about to kick it off. Exciting. It's exciting, isn't it? Watching a bit of the youth. Chong to Gomez will be the pass. And the ref lets it go. And we're off. So that's good. I'll get you the timer up in a minute. Let me just get this going as well. Ah, that's that. That's that. Timer's up, 20 seconds in. Liverpool got a throw in. Let's see what it's all about. Joe Condon is saying, great. I've been asking you for you to do more stuff around the youth. You can't not do something when it's United versus Liverpool. And especially if we win the next one, that would put us in the quarterfinals. This is a UEFA Youth Cup game. Spurs are still in it. They beat Monaco on penalties. Man City are in the next round anyway, and we'll play the winner of this game. So we'd certainly have to do that game as well. So it's good for the youth. Good for the youth. They've never. I think this is quite a new tournament anyway. It's basically the Youth Champions League, and it's only been going a few years. United, I think, have never been this far before. So big game. Liam Miller went to my old school. He is a great player in my opinion and actually supports Manchester United, says Mohammed Cade. Is Nicky Butt the manager for the United youth team? Says Justin Ditchman. Yes, it is. He is involved with the youth at this level. And Gomez is playing quite centrally at the moment, with Chong out on the right. Hamilton is a big lad. You can see, actually. I hate to say it again about Mourinho, because obviously Mourinho called Hamilton up, didn't he, for the weekend game, and he was on the bench. And again, a bit like Scott McTominay, people were like, oh, you know, he's not necessarily the one I would have picked. But when you look at him, and this is what was said at the weekend, at under 23 level, he's been okay. But at the lower level, he was very, very good because he's so big. And he is. He looks massive compared to everybody else. The number 8 for Manchester United on the pitch. Absolutely massive. So you can see why Mourinho likes him. Mohammed Cade, I've read your comment. I've read it already. Mark, can you explain? Not at the moment, Luca. We can do it on a future show. Ryan MUFC, do I think Manchester United will win the FA Cup? I think Mourinho will look to win it, obviously. But I think with Man City out of it, then Spurs and Chelsea will fancy their chances quite big. Bit of a slow start so far, but let's not forget it is youth football, so it's going to be slightly slower. But the standard will not obviously be Premier League standard, but still very intriguing all the same. Liverpool on the attack down their right hand side at the moment. But it should be a very equal game. A lot of people, like I said, fancy Liverpool to win this, but I just think United's front three looks very, very good. Gomez sort of dropping with Chong one side of him, and the lad, I can never get his name right. We signed him from Brighton. Sorry, Brentford. Boohee. And Liverpool have got a chance here. And United, luckily, get it away. Come on, get it away. Well done. Cleared it. John Keogh asking who the number 9 is. I'll have to. Yeah, they don't have the names on the back of the shirt, so it makes it slightly harder for all you lot who are watching them for the first time. I haven't got a sheet with the numbers on. I suppose I should write them down as they're going through. So let me watch who the number 9. I know who the players are, but it's hard for me to tell without seeing who's wearing number 9. It might be worthwhile if you see a number and you know a player, shout it out, then people know who it is who are watching for the first time. So number 8 is Hamilton, definitely. Gomez is number 10. I think Chong, I haven't seen what number Chong is wearing. Number 9, I would presume, is Boohee, the lads who we signed from Brentford a couple of years ago. Because remember, United have signed a lot of youth players around that 15, 16 years of age. I'll tell you what number Chong's wearing now. 7, surprise, surprise. I've just seen the number 9. I think it is Boohee. But they're wearing weird numbers. It's hard to tell. 14. We've got 14, 24. Yeah, 9 is Boohee, says D-Show. Boohee's number 9. Why don't they have the names on the back, says Luca. It would make it a lot easier for us all if they did have names on the back. I can't. That's Roshan Williams. Turn your back, Roshan. And then he said Rohan, Lord of the Rings. They're not wearing conventional 1 to 11 as well, which makes it even more annoying. So as we see the numbers, we can let you know the players. Formation United are playing. It's meant to be a 4-3-3. It certainly looks like you've got Boohee and Chong more forward on the right and left hand side, and then Gomez is like a number 10. There doesn't appear to be a sort of number 9. It's like a front two, right and left hand side. Look, I think Roshawn Williams is wearing number 6. He's just put it out for a corner there. Do I think Mourinho's watching from Spain, says Will Bradford? I would hope so. I would hope so. Liverpool are favourites, says Dr. Trolley. Roshawn's been crap for the last 2 months, said Rokan. Shout out, says Wakas Ahmed. It's a corner for Liverpool at the moment. United haven't really done much on the attack, and we're 7 minutes in. All Liverpool at the moment need to get a little bit tighter to them in the box. Williams just clearing the corner there. It's pronounced Bohi, mate, says V9 Gaming HD. Cheers for that. I'm always looking for lessons in pronouncing names, as people will know. Robban. United were nearly in down the left hand side there, but I think they were offside, and it was Chong as well. I can't wait to see Chong just get hold of the ball and do some stuff. Number 4 is Warren, for people who want to know. Number 4 is Warren. And 5 is Broshan, as we know. You see, there's 24, 14. There's numbers flying around all over the place. Raf10 says that Chong has got the hair of Fellaini, but thank God he hasn't got the talent. Gomez has just gone down under a tackle there. D-Show says that number 3 is O'Connor. And Daniel Rowland's enjoying watching the youth. So it's O'Connor and Williams are playing as like centre-backs. I mean, it does change around with the youth a lot as well. So at the moment, the way they're set up, you've got O'Connor and Roshan Williams as centre-backs, Warren at left-back. I presume Lard is at right-back. I can't tell you what number he's wearing. And then you've got Hamilton in the midfield as number 8. With 14 and 24. Who I can't actually see who's wearing what at the moment. I think Garner's 14, Barlow 24. Who's my favourite, Chong or Gomez? Pankaj. I like Chong because he's more of a winger, isn't he? I'm writing all the numbers down so that we all know what is what. We still don't know what number Lard's wearing, by the way. If anyone knows that, let us know. He's currently playing out at right back. I think he might be 25 actually. I'm sure I just saw him slide in there. It's hard without the names on the back. It's hard without the names on the back for you newbies. What's happened to Pigmal? Says ASVP Sully. Yeah, I think he's just not been at the club that long. He's the guy we bought from Espanyol, I believe, and not been here that long. Bit like Traore, PSG. So you know, timing, isn't it? Chong sort of playing Daniel Roland as a sort of right-sided attacker. You've got Bohi and Chong sort of playing as 2 forwards, right and left-hand side, and then Gomez as number 10. And it's 1-0 to Liverpool. Poor defending, that is. Very simple goal. Cross comes in. It's not even a quick cross. It's sort of a dinked up cross to the back post. Whoever's lost the runner there is poor, and it's a simple sort of glanced header. And 1-0 Liverpool. United have not started off very well in this, and a lot of people felt that Liverpool would be favourites. It looks like it's number 14 who loses him. It doesn't even jump for him, actually. It's over Roshan Williams, and 14's lost his man, Barlow. Keeper can't keep it out. So Woodburn scores. Many people have heard of him for Liverpool, and but it's a pretty sloppy goal, to be honest. And we're playing exactly like the first team, says Nathan Tubbs. Goalkeeper's got to do better, says Ronak. He does get a hand on it. I think he probably should do. But having said that, the Liverpool player from 5 yards out with a free header should score as well. So the fact that the goalkeeper had a chance on it, yeah, he probably should save it. But having said that, the striker should be scoring it anyway. Poor defending from United. You know, crosses like that should not be coming in and being put in the back, you know, uncontested. But this is youth football, isn't it? You know, it's not always great. And Liverpool have certainly started the better side at the moment. And here's their number 11. He's away into the box again, and it'll go for a goal kick. Need a bit of a kick out the backside. Manchester United. Soft goal, says Metin. Poor goalkeeper, says Alexander. Youth is just as bad as the first team, says Faizan. The youth have been doing very well at this level. They're top of the league. So, but we can't string a pass together, says Brevy Boy. And I think that is the case. United have struggled so far. Done nothing in 12 minutes on the attack. And United's youth team in general aren't that great, but we find great individuals within them, says Vaki Dean. I'm off to sleep. It's 2 AM here. Good night, says Luca. So you'll be up in 5 hours for the match. The main match. Are we going to be... Cal Hopkins makes me laugh. Are we going to be doing a watch along for the match tonight? No, we thought we'd just do the youth game, mate. Sarcasm. Of course we are. Of course we are. But we thought we'd do a little bit for the youth tonight. Today. Or whatever it is time for you. Yes, Jack Neville, Mason Greenwood, youth prospect for Manchester United. I don't think he's even on the bench today, whether he's carrying an injury or not. Speak to Shu, he knows loads about the youth team. Now, I don't profess to know loads. I know quite a bit about the youth, but I put my hands up. I don't watch them every game, but I know a lot of you do. So, share your knowledge. That Hamilton is a giant. He really should be. It's like... You know when if you're ever at school and one of the older kids comes and plays because they've, you know, their mates, they've got no money and the mates have gone without them down the town or something, and they're absolutely huge. That's a bit like Ethan Hamilton in this midfield. He should be bossing this game. He's double the size of everybody else, and he's just getting bypassed at the moment. Liverpool's number 11, got no idea who he is, but looks quite good off that right-hand side. Certainly been the best creative player so far. But United are on the ropes at the moment. Really poor. Nice little bit of play there from Gomez. Gets it back, but still in his own half. And loses the ball. I mean, it's a bit of an eye-opener for people as well who are saying, yeah, let's play Chong and Gomez. Because actually, they're not, you know, if you're not tearing it up at this level, then why the hell should you be playing at the Premier League? But good play there by Gomez. Just give it back into his feet. Trying to hit long balls here at the moment. A bit like the first team. Spurs are gone. Going to win the Champions League, says the Southeast Gamer. Bohi, Gomez. Here's Chong. Gives it to Hamilton. Looks like he's running through Treacle, but he's won a corner. We nearly got 1,000 people watching. If you are new to the United Stand, make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. And lots of people dropping a like, which is nice of you. Naveed says, both our youth and first team are filled with talent who need to learn how to play as a unit. Hamilton's number 8, Tajdon Roche. Massive. If you're watching it, you'll see he's massive. Absolutely massive. Which is probably why Mourinho picked him up. Picked him for the team. Nothing comes of the corner. Liverpool have cleared it. No, they haven't. Here's Chong, who... The number 11 for Liverpool is putting him in the shade, and he's just knocked him off the ball and played it forward. And Liverpool are on the break now. We're getting run ragged here. Absolutely getting dominated. Got a Liverpool fan in here. Are the red men not doing anything? I'm surprised. Are they not interested in their youth? It's all about the first team. Yeah, nothing from them. Let's see if they're actually tweeting about it, or are they just all about their first team? No, they are, fair play. They are playing. They are tweeting about it at least. Oh, you know, it makes sense what a lot of you would... I couldn't understand what a lot of you were on about in the live comments about Liam Miller going to your school and that, because obviously Liam Miller, ex-Manchester United player, died, didn't he, quite recently, but there is a Liam Miller playing for Liverpool who's a Manchester United fan, who people went to school with in the live comments. Well, I mean, I just tweeted it out there as well, because I am putting tweet updates up on the game as well, and it's in relation to Hamilton. I'm just saying there, you can see why Jose Mourinho selected him, because he's another Giants, but this is under 19 level, and he's done nothing. I mean, nobody else has, to be fair. It's been a poor start from United in general, but Liverpool definitely are looking the better team. Kurt Milley says, I'm an Arsenal fan, but so much support and respect for the United stand. Cheers for that. What happened to James Wilson? He's on loan at Sheffield United. Don't think he even makes their first team squad. I've been saying about James Wilson, he's not going to amount to anything at Manchester United. Twansibi played last night for Aston Villa. They drew, and he came off after 87 minutes. Mixed opinions about Twansibi. I've not watched him play for Villa, but I've heard a lot of people saying Twansibi's brilliant, and then there were some people on Twitter last night saying he's crap. So the truth is probably somewhere in between, but a lot of people are very impressed with him at Aston Villa, but there was a few dissenters last night. Camille asking about Andres Pereira. I was just about to talk about him. On loan at Valencia, but he's currently injured. He's not played for a few weeks. I think he actually got injured in a match where, I don't know whether it was an ex-City or Liverpool player who did it, but United need to get themselves into this game. At the moment they're just trying to get a bit of possession, which is good, and Liverpool certainly more up for it. I mean, United could comfortably be... That should have been a yellow card there, stamped on his foot. Well up. Here's Boohee. Keeps it well, that's it. Just keep ticking it over. It's not great by going. We have to go back to the keeper now, and Roshan Williams has made a right pig's ear of that, but his pace recovered it. He nearly passed it. He tried to pass it back to the keeper, and it had no weight on it at all, but his recovery pace is very good. God, it's too easy. That number 11 for Liverpool, I don't know who he is. But United are getting run ragged here. Run ragged. V9 Gaming HT says that Wilson's doing very well at Sheffield United. He doesn't get played that much because they've got 4 strikers and he's on the bench. Well, he's not doing that well. If he can't get on, if he's tearing it up, he'd be playing, wouldn't he? The youth is parking the bus, says Pankaj. I just think they're getting outclassed at the moment. Score prediction tonight in the big game, United-Sevilla. I'm going to go score draw, which I think would suit us good. I think we'll turn them over at Old Trafford. Like we'll turn Chelsea over at the weekend. This is a shambles, says Breach69. Gomez is playing David Lee. Chong is playing as well. He's just had nothing of the ball. He's just stuck out on that right hand side. But United have had hardly any of the ball in that midfield, in the attacking part of the pitch, or the Liverpool half, as some might call it. But here's Barlow. At fault for the goal, Barlow. Didn't even really track his man. Right, here's Chong with a bit of the ball. He's got 3 around him, and he's going to do well to keep hold of this. He's got 2 around him, and he's lost it. He's not happy. Liverpool just are far more up for it than United are. But I think Barlow might be going in the book here. He's not had a very good 22 minutes at all. Late into the tackle there and into the book, and didn't pick his man up for the goal. So not a very good start for young Barlow. And I think he's a bit unlucky to get a yellow card there, because the Liverpool striker stamped on one of United's defenders about 2 minutes ago and got nothing. But Aidan Barlow in the book with a yellow card. And United very disappointing so far. Mourinho talks. Can City do the treble now? No, they can't do the treble. They're out of the FA Cup. It's not the treble to win the League Cup's in it. That's not a treble. It's a Mickey Mouse treble. The treble is the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Champions League. That's the treble. Nothing else is the treble. If they win the League Cup and the Champions League and the League, that's not the treble. No way. As Mark Robinson's just said, they can't do the proper treble anymore. Chelsea have got the best academy, says Adji Sao. Yeah, but they don't use it, do they? So having the best academy, Man City's got a very good academy as well. But if you don't play the kids, then it doesn't matter how good your academy is. They don't play it. So I'm impressed by the number 11 for Liverpool. If anyone knows who he is, knock it into the live comments. Been very good. He's injured at the moment. So look, if there's any interest on Twitter, put a comment out there about Hamilton. A few people in agreement. Well, we've gone past 1,000 people watching, which means it was worthwhile doing, which is good. Pankaj is right. United always play youth. Nicky Butt looks clueless, says that guy. Good defensive header there by Roshan. And still it's all Liverpool. United are set up with Buhi, Gomez and Chong to really cause Liverpool some problems. But they've not created a chance in 25 minutes. And what they need to do is just get hold of the ball a little bit. Bit of possession. Build your way back into the game. His name is Adikanye, number 11 for Liverpool. Bobby Adikanye. Can he play for England? Because he looks very good. He looks very good. Very fast, very physical, and best player on the pitch, to be honest. Number 11 for Liverpool. Winning headers as well. Oh, he's going in the book as well, number 3. United just getting a little bit petulant here. Frustrated. Very late. Should be in the book. O'Connor there for that. But a little bit of inconsistency from the referee benefits Manchester United. It was late, and I think it was on Woodburn who scored the goal. Sancho went to Dortmund because he's not even getting on the bench for City, says V9 Gaming HD. Exactly, very, very good player. Gone to Dortmund from City. Come on, United, give us something to get a bit excited about. You know, on this sort of performance, 26 minutes, you'd be saying Mourinho's right not to be giving Gomez and Chong any game time. Although, in fairness to them, they're not getting any decent quality ball. It's all in United's half, and it's not dissimilar to a first team game, actually. Shvi Mello says, how is Roshan Williams doing? He's been very highly rated, but I've never actually watched him play. He looks like he's he looks older than he should do. He looks like he's a player playing a bit older than these, as does some of them. Big lad, very fast. He's not started off badly. Looks a little bit out of sorts. You know, that the pass nearly went wrong, but he's got great recovery pace. I wouldn't say he's ready yet. I'd say he probably needs a loan next season. Another cross into the box there. And Gomez in his own box, unfortunately. And I think we've got an offside. Christopher Morton, defensive and midfield issues. Sounds familiar. Well, you've hit the nail on the head, Christopher. That is the problem with this United youth team, is the defence and the midfield are just not providing the attack with the ball. It's the same as the first team. We've got good attackers on the pitch with a lot of flair, but they've not had an opportunity this half I can think of to actually run at this Liverpool defence. And we're trying to pass out from the back, which is weird because Liverpool are just pressing us, and then we hit a long ball anyway. And then Liverpool win the long ball because we're not particularly tall up front. British 69 said it for a while. None of our youth team are worthy of the first team yet. And Kurt, thanks for the nice message. Liverpool's youth team, I mean, I suppose it can just be from Gerrard. Gerrard's probably got him up in the dressing room, and I don't know why Nicky Butt hasn't done that as well. But they're just up for it. They're up for it. Butt out, says Nathaniel Hull. Yeah, Nicky Butt is the coach. Michael Cahill, how's United's youth doing this season? I'm not sure. I don't know how it works in youth. I don't think there actually is an under 19s. I think it's under 18s and then under 23s. But whatever it is, under 23s we're in the relegation zone. But at this level, we're top of the league. We don't look like it at the moment. Liverpool again, getting a lot of joy down the United United left hand side, Liverpool's right hand side. Another cross, cleared. No, yeah, no. Just long ball from United all the time, and it's not being held up. And every time a United player gets it, whether it's in defence or midfield, it's 2 or 3 Liverpool players around them. You sort of hope that United can just stick in this game, and maybe this Liverpool team will tire because they are putting a lot of work in. I don't know how many people watch the youth week in, week out, but I'm not impressed by this Hamilton lad at all. John Sherrill hit long. A few Liverpool fans in at the moment. Nathaniel Hall, very true. Tactically, it's like both first teams. Liverpool are pressing, and we're trying on long balls to a big lad or two. Very true. Jed Rowland says, just joined and Liverpool are 1-0 up. I think on the balance of the game so far, just over half an hour gone, I would say that Liverpool are probably worthy of a 2-goal lead. United have offered absolutely nothing. Really not seen anything of Gomez and Chong. And I think a lot of that's to do with the midfield and defence of Manchester United, who just don't look capable of bringing the ball down. Andrew Ellis says that Luke Shaw better start tonight. I wouldn't count your chickens, mate. I think it will definitely be Ashley Young and Valencia. I'm more hopeful that Ander Herrera starts with Martial, although, as I say, I think the team news will be live at 7:15. With that, is going to be very, very interesting. That guy says Hamilton needs to go back to the under-16s. He's massive though. I mean, you can see why Mourinho's picked him, because Mourinho, if he ever wanted to do, he's just so obsessed with height, isn't he? You've got a massive player, Hamilton, here, who's bigger than everybody else and has been one of the worst players on the pitch at his age group, under 19s. It's just really makes you laugh. I mean, there's at least 6 players who are better than him on this pitch. None of them got called up. Ravens Claude says United look like a poorly coached team. Yeah, they've definitely got decent players in there, but at the moment, if you didn't know any of these players, you'd be like, oh, they just look a very poor side, which we know they're not. We know that certainly people like Gomez and Chong are very highly rated, but not on this performance. Celestial War says 2 makeshift wing backs and centre backs who can't carry the ball forward. We're a mess. Good point there from Cal Davies 14. Just talking about United's game tonight, very, very good point from Cal Davies. I mean, I did the preview on Sevilla yesterday, and I was trying to say to everybody that they're not a bad side at all. There's a lot of myths going around there that they're having a bad season, even though they're in 5th. They've lost 1 game in 35 at home. They're a good side, and Cal's right. If you want to know how good Arsenal are, I made it. Spoiler. If you want to know how good Sevilla are, they're a bit like Arsenal. Juan Ruiz, the lineup's going along the bottom of the screen for you now. If you look below, you can see all the names. How are United playing? Rubbish. Liverpool should be 2-0 up. Just had another shot go over the bar there. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be very, very pleased. Danny Green says McTominay is the same as Hamilton. Nothing special, just tall. Liverpool way better, says D-Shoe, who seems to be our resident expert on the youth, so thanks for the comments you've made, pal. I presume... That was a little bit of a play there. I presume for those who do watch the youth set up every single game, which I don't, I have to admit I don't watch every single game. I'll try and catch a couple a month. But this is not normally how United are. How the hell are we bloody top of the league playing like this? Woodburn scored for Liverpool, I think, Pratic. A poor goal, though. It was very poorly defended. Just a little chipped cross into the box, and he was totally unmarked from 5 yards out. St Colombo, United strikers too weak. That's Boohie. Right, here's a bit of a chance. Oh, how does he not keep that in? It's a simple pass to the left back and he just runs it out of play. Oh, here's Hamilton. Overruns it. Shabam Dali says, "What's up with the hate for the academy grads?" Shabam, I don't like comments like that. They're just really, really silly comments. I haven't seen anybody individually have a pop at any of these youth team players. All I've said is in relation to Hamilton, because he got called up for the first team. He's massive. He's an absolute giant, and he's done nothing in this game. And that's not a criticism of him. That's a criticism of Mourinho as to, obviously he's picked somebody because of their height, but he's not one of the best players from the youth. That's what I was saying. But apart from that, and that's not criticism of him, nobody's had a pop at any of the youth. We're playing terribly, but nobody's been individually had a got at. And I think, as a few people have said, a lot of it's to do with the style of play that we play. Here we go. V9 Gaming HD says, the problem with us is that the youth teams have had lack of investments in the last 10 years compared to the other European teams on our level, like Bayern and City. We don't even have a youth stadium. Apparently De Gea's got a bad record in Sevilla. Right, United finally have an attack here. And Chong has hit the post. Oh, cut back. I think he should have scored. Yes, he's not happy with himself. I think there's Lard down the right hand side. Again, another highly rated player. He did really well there down that right hand side. Cut it back and it fell for Chong and he hit the post. It might come into the game a little bit more now, United, after that. They seem to have gone up a little bit of a level. Here's Gomez. Get your shot away, kid. Good little run. Get a shot away. Oh, blocked. Better from United there. Better. But it's number 11 again. Oh, he's such a good player, that number 11 for Liverpool. He's going on a run. It's caused them all sorts of problems. I think it's Warren playing like left back for United. But I wonder if they'll show us a replay of Chong hitting the post. No. Red Zabi is right. Youngsters need to learn their craft and be able to make errors before moving up. Thanks for that comment, Nigel Jones. Keep putting stuff like that in there and you'll be blocked. Bloody hell. Taking our time to do a watch along. Prophecy TV, I think McTominay offers very similar to Matic. Personally, Matic has been pretty average for 30 million plus. 40 million what he's cost. They don't show replays on this. It's bloody annoying. I wanted to see that chance from Chong again as he hit the post. No replay, Alexander L. I'm the same with you. Would have been nice to see that. The goalkeeper looks poor for United as well. Really poor. I think he should have done better at the goal, and he doesn't look great. Number 11 for Liverpool is Dutch. Oh, I tell you what, the way I've just seen the replay from Chong there. Good cut back by Lard, and he controls it really well. It hits the upright. Actually hits the bar, not the post. Right, Bohi's got a chance here. Into the box. Stand your man up. Find a pass. Good play. Oh, over the bar. Chong and Hamilton not happy with him at all. They're saying he should have cut it back. I disagree. He's got to go for goal there. Beats his man. You can't moan at him for not cutting that back. He's got every right to go for goal, and he should score. And he puts it over the bar. Looks very young, doesn't he? But should be 1-1, says Nathaniel Hall and Rick. 2 very quick chances for United there in the last sort of 5 minutes, and 4 minutes off half time. But encouraging, when we get the ball to the front 3, Gomez, Chong and Buhi, we look like we've got the beating of their defence, but we've just not had the ball anywhere near Liverpool's goal for 35 minutes in this game. Much better from United though. Much better, much better. And, you know, probably on the balance of the half, 1-0's probably about fair now, but much better from United. And I agree with you, Ronak. Buhi had the right to shoot from there, but Gomez starting to come into it a little bit more now, which is good to see. And nice little intricate play there with Barlow. Now Hamilton, who's done very little in this game. I think Warren has certainly struggled at left back as well. And that's a poor ball. I think Barlow's had a poor game as well. Joe Gamblino has got £100 on Liverpool to win and both teams to score. United need to score for you then, mate. I think United should have had a goal. Here we go. Go on, Barlow. No, Liverpool. Ken Peacock, half-time's coming at the wrong time for United. Yes, it is. Strong by Williams. And... that was poor by Gomez. Long shot. Oh, they've hit the bar now. United's keeper looks like he's 5 years of age. He's struggling with anything on target. He ain't getting near it, is he? It deflects this shot, and it's interesting because if it doesn't deflect, well, to be fair to keeper, he can't really do a lot about that. Remember, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. I don't think we have got many newbies today. I think it's hardcore watching a United youth game, but well done to you all if you are watching it, because you're showing an interest in what United's all about. And I'd love us to win this because we get to play City, and we'd definitely do another watch along for it. I'm more than happy to put focus on the youth team because I think it's really important. But at the moment, we don't deserve to be level. But I think 1 goal's about right. We've had a couple of chances ourselves now. So Liverpool were dominating, but it's been better from United. And hopefully, what I said about 20 minutes ago will come to pass. Liverpool have pressed a lot in this game, and hopefully they'll tire in the second half, because United have not done really that much on the attack. Chong was unlucky, Pankaj. I think, should have scored, but also the way he hit it showed great technique as well. But yeah, I mean, I think it's as Bleach69 said, I don't think United, I don't think Chong probably looks quite ready yet. But you can you judge him on 1 performance tonight? What happened to Michael Keane, says Rankin. I don't know. Don't know what happened to Michael Keane. Oh, I do. He plays for Everton. Will Keane, you're on about. I don't know what happened to Will Keane. I just don't think he's come back from that injury where, under Van Gaal, where Rashford made his debut. I've enjoyed it though. It's good to have seen United come back into it a little bit, and hopefully they can start to feel what we feel as fans, that this is a very important game for United. It's Liverpool. Doesn't matter what level it is it? It's bragging rights at stake. I don't think this Liverpool side are immensely better than us. I just think we've not started off that well, and hopefully in the second half we can get back into it. And it is half time. 1-0 to Liverpool then. Disappointing from Manchester United, but I don't know anything like Wayne Rooney won United. This has been said before, but not very often. Will Keane plays for Hull under 23s, says Aidan Cooley. 1-0 to Liverpool then. The goal was a bit soft from Woodburn. Cross is okay, but someone's got to track that run. Free header. And I think the keeper should save it as well. But after that, for about half an hour, Liverpool totally in control. Very impressed by their right winger, number 11. Really has been the best player on the pitch. And United doing very little up until about 35 minutes in. Lard down the right, crosses it back. Chong gets a good connection, hits the bar. And then a couple of minutes after that, Boohee into the box, stands his man up, beats him, takes a shot from about 5 yards out, over the bar. Probably should do better. But 2 good chances there for United. Still, it's 1-0. The game's not over yet. It's not Champions League. It's Uefa Youth Cup. But if they win this, United, the winners play Man City. So that would be a very, very difficult game as well. But this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Amanfu says, got to get the ball more to Chong and Gomez. Gomez has been quite quiet. A few little touches, but nothing really involved in the game. Chong's looked good when he's had the ball, but I agree, we haven't got enough of the ball to them, which has been a bit disappointing, and hopefully we can do that more in the second half. Declan Murphy says, if we lose to Liverpool, I'll be very depressed. Well, that's the attitude that the players need to have. Raj says, I've missed the game so far. How was Chong? Very, very quiet for 35 minutes. Then he hit the bar. But very quiet because he's not had any of the ball. We've really not got the ball. Very reminiscent of Manchester United's first team. Not got the quality to get the ball from back to front quick enough. And by the time the front players do get it, it's either a bad ball that they can't get under control or 3 or 4 players around them. So very reminiscent of the first team in the way that we don't move the ball very well from back midfield to the front. Ethan Hamilton, I've got to say, I'd sub him off. Not his best game. Same for Barlow. He's on a yellow card as well. He was at fault for the goal. Maybe use some of the bench and try and get things going. I don't think either of those two are having very good games, and the midfield battle is being lost. Hamilton, interestingly, was called up for the first team last week. A lot of people were surprised by that. Got to say, I'm surprised by it as well. Very tall, maybe that's the clue, but a player of that size and physicality should be dictating a game like this with a lot of people a lot smaller than him. Not at all. Liverpool dealing with him quite comfortably. Chong should come more central and take control of the midfield, says NVS. I worry about Chong though. He's very skinny, isn't he? I think a bad tackle. We don't want him getting any more injuries. Chong's playing out on the right-hand side, WizKid TV. And there is a watch-along tonight, Matthew Revel. Of course there is. We're losing because we didn't get 1,000 likes on this video, says Mark Atherton. Well, come on, everyone like the video then. Let's see if that makes any difference. I think we do need to start controlling the game a little bit. But that comes from, you know, Gomez and Chong need ball. And they're good enough players on the ball. But United have got no confidence or fluidity or control of the ball from the back and in the midfield. It's just long ball, hit it hard. They don't really seem to have the players from the midfield to sort of keep some possession for a bit, and that's a little bit disappointing at the moment. But maybe Nicky Butt can sort some things out a little bit in the second half, because better. The last 5 minutes of that half were better from United, and Liverpool do look a threat, but let's see what we can get back into. Gomez is 17, says Prince Sharma. He's not. He's just turned 18 in December. No, Gomez is 17. I get them mixed up. Gomez is 17. He's 18 in August. Chong is 18 just. He was 18 in December. So there's only 6 months between them. Xavier says United youngsters will never get a chance in the first team like Liverpool youngsters. How many Liverpool youngsters get a chance in the first team compared to us? I think we're quite good at that. Dave B says Gomez is not ready. He's years away. And I know the boys will score and beat them, says Snaps. I hope you're right, Snaps. I hope you're right. Save the youth. 1,000 likes, says Justin Blackman. And youth teams are coached to play exactly the same as the first team. So if needed, they know the system, says Breach69. I certainly remember that used to be the case under under Van Hal. My lighting's going because it's starting to get a little bit dark in the UK, so I'm going to talk to you loudly while I just sort out one of my lights and get a little bit more lighting in here, because it's still winter time in the old UK, and that means that it's still getting dark at around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock rock, so a bit of lighting will help the situation. How long do they get half time these days? Does anyone know? Sorry, I'm just sending a text. No, I don't normally go quiet, but I'll tell you a little bit of story. I've been up at the hospital today. If I could show you my arm, I've got had loads of blood tests, ECG, chest scan, lots of things, and had a bit of a health scare yesterday. I'm not getting any younger. And had some chest pain last night and went to the doctors today, so they sent me up to the hospital for all these tests. I'm glad to say it's an all clear. I thought it was going to be anyway, but I just had to message somebody who was asking me how I was. But it's a worry. It's a worry. Look after your health. You only get one card. Some people don't have a clue. Mark's right. We just play as much youngsters as Liverpool, says CG Buxton. Indy Boonen needs to come on, says Safe 1052. On the bench, well, you should be able to see the bench. Tanner's on there, Williams, Boonen, Burkhardt, Mella, the Italian guy, who I can't pronounce his name, Ercolani, who we got from Italy, funnily enough. But just one thing I did want to say is I did write a few notes before the game, but most of these players have come through the youth setup. Boohey up front, we got from Brentford when he was 17. And Burkhardt on the bench is the Swiss guy from FC Zurich, and the Italian guy is from Italy, funnily enough. And obviously Chong we got from Holland. But the vast majority of the other lot have come through the youth setup. Well, to be honest, they're still classed as youth when you're signing them as 15, 16 years of age, aren't they? Because they've still got to work their way through the youth setup. But what I was going to say is they're local lads that have come through. I thought Chong did really well with that cutback, by the way. But just watching the Boohey chance again. Into the box, does really well. Does his man, left foot. He's got to get it on target from there. Got to get it on target. Hamilton and Chong are saying should cut it back, but yeah, no. Sim says, don't watch United if you've got chest pain. Yeah, that's why I had to go for the health checkup, because tonight could be one of those games, couldn't it? It really could. I'm looking forward to it, though. I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good one. An interesting one. United's Devil fan channel says what's going on. He's just been at school. 1-0 to Liverpool at half time. That's that. The future of football worries me. Wouldn't say any player on that pitch is exceptional, says Widham7. I mean, if you're looking at it from that point of view, you're not wrong, but it's it's half a game. It's half a game, and in fairness, even look, you know, most of us are very interested in Chong and Gomez, but even Boohey, it's very hard and very difficult to be critical of those, because if they had Liverpool's midfield behind them, they'd be getting a hell of a lot more of the ball, and I think that is the problem, that Manchester United are not getting the ball from back to front. It's exactly like the first team, and if Breach is right that this is how it works and that the youth team play exactly the way as the first team do, then there are very, very, very similar. That they don't move the ball from the back to the front quick enough. Lethal Law says, good to see the January signing Kovar on the bench. Hopefully he can become the next De Gea. To be honest, I've not been that impressed, and I'm not even going to attempt to say his name again with the United goalkeeper tonight or this afternoon. It's really hard to judge youth games. They're kids, says Nigel Jones. Yes. I think Gomez should be an impact sub for his next season. He's got what it takes to contribute in the last 15 to 20 minutes of games. Prophecy TV, I mean, that sort of goes in with what Nigel Jones is saying there. It's hard to judge youth games because if you were watching Angel Gomez on that 45 minutes, you'd say, and you didn't know his reputation, you'd say he's no better than any other player on that pitch. Nowhere near. So, but then we've seen him come on for the first team, and all right, it's been small cameos. He's looked very impressive. So, just because they don't stand out in a youth team game doesn't mean that they won't make it in the. I mean, look at Hamilton. Mourinho likes Hamilton. I think he's been dreadful in that first half. For somebody so big to not be able to impose that physicality on an opposition, I've not seen anything from him. But Mourinho has. Hemorrhage Bat says Hamilton could be the direct replacement of Matic. True Football Fan says United youth look pants at the moment. Gomez, Chong, average. I don't think they've had enough of the ball to judge them, to be honest. I feel sorry for the front three for United tonight, to this afternoon, because they really haven't had enough of the ball. Not had any decent ball at all. I'll be surprised if Barlow comes out for the second half on a yellow card, at fault for the goal. Lots of endeavour and lots of running, but he's not having the best of game. And also, I'd be very concerned about a second yellow because it has been a bit physical. Can't wait for the game tonight. CJ Buxton says Banega tonight more than anyone needs to be kept an eye on. I just can't wait for it. Very, very excited by it. And it's nice to be able to do a little bit of a live stream and a little chat before watching the kids. But tonight's score prediction, King K Gaming, I'm going to go score draw, which I'd be very, very happy with United's point of view. I'm more concerned about how we're going to approach the game. I don't want us to just sit back and be boring with tall players, but maybe that's the way we will go. But the important thing is, as we were talking about at the start of the week, if United win the FA Cup, come second in the Premier League and get to the quarterfinals / semi-finals of the Champions League, I think that's a really good season for us. So we've just got to win. We've got to win. We've got to win over this tie against Sevilla. Not necessarily got to win tonight because they're a better team than a lot of people think. But a score draw, I think we've got to score for starters. I mean, there's no point scoring 1 if they score 5 because we're out. But a score draw would be something I'd be really, really pleased with. I meant to ask this as well. And we've got 1,000 people watching, which for United stand is okay. I mean, I don't criticise having 1,000 people watching at all, but it's not bad viewing figures. But obviously UK time, it's not great for our UK viewers, most of them. What time is it and where are you watching from? Because we need to become more knowledgeable about our viewers globally and what time is what time. We've started doing a couple of 1 PM shows in the UK, so I'm interested. I know a lot of people keep saying, can't you do one at 2 AM UK time? That would be hard to do. I don't mind doing, like, I'm thinking about doing maybe 1 a week. 1 a week, I've said it now, 1 a month. A sort of Skype show for those, but I'm interested how many people we get watching from where and the times. Jesper, I agree, 1-1 against Sevilla would be very good. Again, true football fans, we should smash Sevilla 3-0. I've got to totally agree with you, even though it's your opinion. Funnily enough, Hassan, it's also 4 o'clock here and I'm in the UK. But we're going to smash Sevilla 3-0. They're 5th in La Liga. They've lost 1 game in 35 at home. They're not a bad side, and it's a very intimidating ground, Sevilla. And as Flex said in his vlog, if you haven't seen his vlog, I'll point you all to it after this. But very well worth watching. On the plane all the way through outside Sevilla, looks fantastic. Hot weather as well. But he said I'm surprised at how big it is as well. So this game's about to kick off for the second half anyway. So come on, United, let's do something in this second half. Nicky Butt. You don't want old Gerrard to get one up on you. Come on. Kick the second half off, for God's sake. Does anyone watch Alan Partridge? Because every time I look at Hamilton, I just think of Hamilton water bath. Hamilton water breaks, isn't it? Where he's on the old canal boat. A load of people whoosh. What is he on about? You can't beat a bit of Partridge. Oh, come on. I'm very excited about the game tonight, yes. I think we've got Rodney joining me on the watch along tonight as well, which will please a lot of people. It's 3 AM in Australia, as Matt Murray. So this time doesn't suit you at all then. It's 10 AM in Mexico. We should go with Sanchez, Martial, Mata as a front three. It says T. Chamberlain. Lukaku will definitely start. 7 PM in Kenya. It's 6 PM in South Africa. It's 9:30 in India. It's 4 PM in Iceland. 3:45 in Guyana. 4 o'clock in Ireland, Declan. And Justin Blackman says it's 12 o'clock, but we don't know where he is. It's 8 AM in Canada. So the 8 o'clock show, if I've got my maths right, it's midnight in Singapore. Good night all, says Justin Dutchman. So effectively, the 8 o'clock show... Oh, you know, I'm messing around at the time there, and old Gary Barlow... It's not Gary Barlow, it's Aidan Barlow. He runs into the box really well there. Not a great first half for him, but he's put a lot of energy into this game. I like he's got a little nice touch as well. United have started off quite well here. Hamilton, what are you doing? But he got through down the right-hand side, got his shot away, and keeper made a good save. But it was good play. It was Gomez who sees the run as well. Into Barlow, gets his shot away. It would have been a very good goal to score from the angle he was, but he got it away really, really well. Really good connection. And keeper, it's full stretch, palms it away, but a good start. It's 11 AM in Jamaica section, it's 10 AM in Texas, and it's 4:20 for Bob Jeff, and it's 12 AM in China, 12 PM in St. Lucia, Caribbean, 12 PM in Trinidad, 10 AM in Chicago, 11 PM in Thailand. So effectively, I think I figured it out, that the 8 o'clock UK time show, which is in 4 hours, ain't that good if you're out in Asia, sort of Bangladesh, Singapore, India, that sort of area. It's early hours of the morning for you lot. Okay, it's good to know though, because the 1 o'clock show works well. Oh, the timer is on. I've just not clicked it on the screen. Sorry. Good call. Good call. Sometimes I need a little bit of help. Not opposed to that. So we're 2 minutes in. United with another half decent chance. It's 8 PM in Dubai, says me, Davia. My sister's just got back from Dubai. Jay Coulter says best player after Gomez and Chong. Well, based on reputation, I would say out of this United team, probably for me, Lard or Roshan Williams. But based on the game, there's not many United players that have come out of that first half with any credibility. I mean, I've got to be honest, Garner, who's 24, hardly noticed him at all. As I said, I didn't think Barlow had a very good first half, but he keeps going and he's tenacious. He's had a bang on the head, hasn't he? That number 11. Or has he normally got a big, massive lump on his head? For Liverpool, he's got like a golf ball on his head. He's had a right old whack. I don't think he should be on the pitch, unless that's what he's normally like. I don't follow Liverpool Youth, so I don't know. It's 11 PM in Thailand, says Charlie Herald. Yeah, so effectively, 1 PM shows perfect if you live in Thailand, because that's 8 o'clock at night. Okay, good to know. Thanks everybody who joined me last night for the Barcelona-Chelsea watch-along on That's Football. I think we picked up a few new subscribers as well on that channel. Bit of a scout watch for the Chelsea game, but also Champions League, innit? Champions League is brilliant this year. Absolutely brilliant. Tonight, the excitement levels are going to go... I'm going to have a beer tonight to calm myself down. But... excitement levels are going to go through the roof, but I've just been enjoying the Champions League anyway. For those people who've been joining me on That's Football and Xander, really good. Right, here's Lard down the right-hand side. He's already cut one back. Brilliant play there. Cut it back, cut it back. Oh, he cut it back, and I think it was Barlow who just didn't connect well with it. But he's been impressive down the right-back's been good for United, Lard. He has been good because Liverpool have done everything down the left-hand side, and he's got forward a couple of times and put a couple of good crosses in. So he'd be probably my man of the match for United so far, Lard. I think all 5 Premier League teams are making it to the next round. Says Nigel Jones. Don't see. It's over. That Chelsea game's over for me. That away goal killed them. Pratic is excited for the rest of the season as far as football is concerned. I think even if United had a really bad 3 or 4 games, we're still going to be in with a shout for the top 4, aren't we? So yeah, I just, you know, FA Cup looks good. We've just got to get through this. You can't go out to Sevilla in the Champions League. You can't. You can. United certainly can, but we can't. We're better than that, and we've got to. You know, I want United to be part of this Champions League, and somebody just asked me, Lard, his age. I think he's only just 17, but I'm going to check for you now. He's not. He's 16. No. Yeah. He's 16. Ethan Lard. 16, that right back. And he's man of the match. 16 and a half. He's not 17 until August. Man of the match. Pogba the best says, do you think Pogba, Matic and Carrick could work today? I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, I want to see Herrera, Matic and Pogba, of course. I don't think we will. Why you wouldn't play Herrera when it's a Spanish game, I don't know. But I would like to see that. But Carrick, I don't know whether I'd prefer McTominay over Carrick, simply because I think Matic and Carrick are holding midfielders, and I don't really want to see that. I think McTominay at least he's got a bit more mobility, and I don't think Carrick's capable of playing in that sort of a game anymore, to be honest. Liverpool just quicker to the ball a lot at the moment. Yeah, a lot of people like Lard anyway. Pankaj, they need a goal. She was only 16 years old. I'll do it for you. I do it for you. Any idea how Dimitri Mitchell is doing on his loan, Celestial War? Oh, God, Chong was lazy there. Keeper had made a mistake, and he's got the whole goal to aim at, really. But there's a Liverpool player back, and he just passes it. And now Liverpool are on the break. You've got to make that tackle. Well done, O'Connor. It's getting good. It's getting interesting, this game now. It's getting really good. Next goal will probably determine the winner. I don't know whether United can get back from 2 down. But Allard again. Williams blocks it. Over the bar from Liverpool. I look like Ed Woodward now, according to David Lee. I wish I had his money. And actually, I don't wish I had his money, because I'd put some of it back into the club. I want to see that Chong chance again. Yeah, okay, so the keeper makes a mistake. Boohee runs him down, and Gomez, he's a long way out to score from there. What he's got to do is pass it centrally, because Liverpool have got a man on the line, but he's very far out in the box. And but there's a lot more energy from United in this half, which is good to see. And I think Warren has really struggled against their... he really has struggled against their winger. I'd be looking at... keeper's got to go with his hands there. Use your hands, don't go with your feet. Raj says Sevilla away seems a lot like Watford away. I think Sevilla would batter Watford even when Watford were playing well, to be fair. I think there's a lot of people underestimating them. Kieran Byrne, Steven Gerrard wants the Liverpool job after Klopp. Of course he does. Of course he does. The score's 1-0. Noel, that's why it says it in the top right-hand corner. Got 1,100 people watching now, which is great. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We've even had some Liverpool fans watching, which is, you know, you're welcome. It's a youth game. The rivalry's there to see. But according to Liverpool at the moment, Chong position is right attacker, really. Gomez not really done much. Been a bit quiet. Not had a lot of the ball. I think you've got to be very careful to be critical of strikers at any level when they're not getting a lot of the ball. I mean, we've made that mistake a lot this season with Lukaku. Oh, Lukaku's rubbish, this, that and the other. But when you actually look at how many chances he's had, he hasn't had many chances. That guy says Hamilton needs a loan to Salford. Physically, he looks like he's ready, doesn't he? But Liverpool fans are never welcome, says Gamer. What do I think the final score will be, Declan Murphy? I think the next goal is going to make a big difference. I think if Liverpool get the next goal, they could go on to win it 3 or 4-0. If United get the next goal, I think could be looking at penalties, which would be really exciting. Right, here's Barlow. Look at your man. No. I think Chong's a player who gets frustrated easily, though. I mean, Barlow's been a lot better in this half. Go on. Matthew Revel wants to see Martial on the right wing tonight. I do like the Chong. Here is Chong. Good play. Gomez in the box. It's better from United. At least we are getting stuff in the final third. But well done, Warren. Liam George says, just think, Mark, in around 5 to 10 years we could be hearing these names in a Liverpool United derby for the first team. I hope so. I hope so. And Jay Colehurst says, I missed the first half, but United not looking too bad this second half yet. United weren't very good in the first half up until the last 5 minutes. In this game, it's better. This second half is much better. It's much more equal. Although, ooh, oh God. Liverpool are on the attack here. Basically, what Liverpool have done a lot of in this game is just get the ball out wide to their right winger, who's had Warren, the left back for United, on toast more times than a busy cafe. And Akil says, Nicky Butt's like Jose, too afraid to go all out. Oh, come on. Still half an hour to go. Still half an hour to go. Ben Nicholson says he loves the channel. You know, that's great. Thoughts on Burkhardt, says Paul McCloskey. I'd like to see him come on. He's on the bench. I'd like to see him come on. Just going back to that comment saying he loved the channel. I just want to throw a bit of shade on that. No, obviously, it only works because of you lot. It only works because of the live comments. Right, a change here for Manchester United. Not surprisingly, Warren is coming off. Had a very, very hard game, to be fair. And George Tanner comes on. But tactically, very good play. Very good. Tactically, quite obvious, but the obvious substitutions don't always happen. that they needed to bring a player on to sort out the winger there. And hopefully that'll help. I think also what United need to do, I'd like to see it happen, is get a midfielder on. If we've got any midfield options on the bench, put somebody on in the bench. Because I think Barlow's been good this half, but Garner and Hamilton haven't really got to grips with the game at all. So it'd be nice to get somebody on in that midfield. Warren Storr, are you looking forward to Sanchez tonight? Do you think he needs a big game? Alexis Sanchez is a really good signing for Manchester United. I'm a bit irritated at what it's done to Anthony Martial, and I'm a bit perplexed by that. But the one thing I've always said is that Alexis Sanchez, regardless of that, is still a fantastic player. He's a match winner. He's a world-class talent. So I would hope that we'll see that tonight. Barlow's got himself in trouble here. Don't put a tackle in. You're on a yellow card. Just don't put a tackle in. And it's still Liverpool all coming down our left-hand side. Ricky Clarkson, is your throat hurting? Yeah, I've got a long night ahead. Long night ahead. We'll be live at 7:15 with the team news. Kick off at 7:45. 90 minutes of a watch along, and then afterwards we'll be taking your calls on the Skype show for an hour. So you'll be doing a lot of the talking on that. So I think it'd be good. I think we're doing the Skype shows obviously after matches now, and it's really good to get your opinions when you're calling in. And I think, you know, regardless of the result later, I think it's going to be really interesting. I think we're either going to be all very happy or very frustrated, one of the two. I can't think of a result that's not going to, where we're just going to be bland about, because it's an away game in the Champions League to Sevilla, and I think we're either going to be happy with the result or unhappy. And because as I say, I think even a 0-0 could be the result that you're unhappy with or happy with. You just don't know. Lynn Hall's with us. Liverpool's starting to get back into this a bit now. Keeper makes a good save there. It's curling towards the bottom corner. Another corner. Jared's with us. Snap's with us on the live comments. Nesta's just watched the Sevilla vlog. Can't wait to see more of those. Yeah, well, hopefully we will see more of those as this season at least. Flex and Jordan are going to be out for the away ties in the Champions League. So although I've got a funny feeling if United do get through, it won't get more foreign than the UK, because there'll be at least 3 English teams in there, and I think there'll be an all-English quarter-final, sorry. But we've got to get through it, and if you've not seen the vlog, don't leave me yet, but straight afterwards go and watch the vlog, the Sevilla vlog that Flex has done. It's fantastic. Get you right in mood, it will, for tonight. Lots of good comments on there as well, which is great to see. And as I always say, you know, this channel, you may not feel that the United Stand is your channel, but it is. I've said it for 3 years, from day one, when there was only about 5 of us watching. The United Stand is your channel, whether it's the Skype shows that you call in, whether it's the contributions you make through the live chats, whether it's the just being on the live comments. It's your channel, and effectively that's how we could afford to go to Sevilla. Bloody expensive trip, but that's what we always wanted to do with the channel. When it started to make money, we wanted to use that money to go towards getting out there, getting to the games. And this season, obviously, we've started doing that with Flex and Jordan at the games, and this is a big thing. And it's down, you know, you should be very, very proud of, you know, even if, well, if you've been here for a while, you should be very, very proud. But even if you're new, you're still part of what's going on. So thanks, everybody. Mark, are you going to cut down your drinking with your chest pains or not? Says Warren Store. I've had a clean bill of health. It's fine. It's nothing to do with my heart. That's the main thing. And anyway, I should have answered that question differently, Warren. I haven't got a drink problem just because I have a drink on a Friday night and come on here. I don't drink any other night. I will have a drink tonight, Wednesday, and tomorrow because I'm going out for lunch, and Friday because I'm going out. But I don't drink that much. I honestly answered the question. The doctor said, "Are you a smoker?" No. How do you drink much? No. I have about 5 pints over a week, which is the truth. I'm not a big drinker. I'll have 2 or 3, and that's it. United Stand is the best channel for football content, hands down. Fan channel or just a football knowledge channel. The United Stand beats them all, and that's from trading cards and more. Well, thanks for that, pal. I think there's a penalty for Liverpool here. No, it's not. No, it's not. But Liverpool have stepped it up in the last 5 minutes. United looking leggy again. Although we're in the final third at the moment. Garner. Here's Chong into the box. He's not going to get through that many. Too many players there. He's got to try and get a shot away. Come on, United. Just let's get a goal. I will have a drink. I'll have a drink tonight, Rob Tipple. I'll crack a beer open tonight. Big game, Champions League game. Oh, Chong's got to do better there. Boohee heads it down to him on the edge of the box. And gets tackled. Harry Cohen says, youth team's got good players, but that's a terrible pitch. Yeah, that's got to be... That was said from the very start as well. It is a terrible pitch. Having said that, Liverpool haven't done too bad on it. And Bastian Dooley makes a very good point. The difference between United and Liverpool is the ball retention. Yet we're terrible at keeping hold of the ball for some reason in this game. John Sherrell says Chong looks average. Mark, maybe bad today. I don't think you can tell he's not that sort of. He's not an average player. He's a talent. I think he's had an average game, but you can see that he's got talent. Free kick here for United. Gomez is going to clip it in. I've seen United score quite a few from these in the youth, getting on the end of it. Oh. Roshan Williams got on the end of that, headed it straight at the keeper. Should score really as well. Still 22 minutes to go. Come on. Liverpool are making a change now. United, like Manchester, says 3-1. United are going to win this. It's a Sunday League pitch, says Leo Hartley. The game is in the 69th minute at the moment, Ed Woodward. Here we go. Chong with a bit of space to run. He's got 5 players around him. And I think that should be a corner. Didn't look so average there though, did he? When he picks the ball up in his own half and gets a chance to run at the defence. They're terrified. Very like Bale, isn't it? Apparently Miguel Delaney says Pogba's likely to be on the bench tonight. Well, that can only be a tactical decision. I'll have a beer with you tonight if United win. I'll be having a beer in the game anyway, but it's a rubbish corner by Gomez. We'll get another go. St. Colombo says Chong's getting more and more of the ball, and that's impressive. Different angled cross this time. Liverpool still clear it. Well done. Nigel Jones says, if Pogba's on the bench tonight, I'm going to lose it. Yeah, well, he was only sick at the weekend, wasn't he? Well, he's not been ill. I mean, he has been ill. That's what I mean. He's not been injured. He's been ill. So, is that a he trained yesterday? You need him to start, don't you? Here's Lard. It was offside. I like the look of that Lard. It's only 16 years old. Rob Tipple, if we're going to get anything from this game, it's coming from Chong. Fortune, I'm going to answer this question because I've seen it so many times. What are my thoughts on Paulo Dybala? What has that got to do with watching United? What has that got to do with United Youth game? Paulo Dybala is a good player. He ain't going to come to United, I don't think. Because Mourinho seems adamant on the fact, and he keeps mentioning it week after week, that he's not signing an attacker, and that the more he mentions it, the more I think he isn't going to sign one, is he? Adam Gay has gone off for Liverpool, and he's been brilliant, says John Sherrell. I agree. I think unless somebody does something amazing in the last 20 minutes, he was my man of the match, the Liverpool number 11. I'm with you, Kev MUFC Gill. Hate losing to Liverpool at any level. Callum Saunders, what do I think the lineup tonight will be? Let me just do this because we've got a minute or so. So that's the team I want to see. De Gea, Bailly. I don't think Jones is fit, so I think it might be Lindelof or Smalling. Young will play with Valencia. I want to see that midfield three of Herrera, Matic and Pogba. I think it would is exactly what we should be playing between now and the end of the season because it's got the perfect mix. And I want to see Martial and Sanchez interchanging. But, lovely little turn by Gomez here. He's left the number 3 for dead. Lard. Oh, they just can't put it in back of the net. Good running there by Buhi to win it back. But lovely bit of turn of pace by Chong. Got to come back because United are on the attack. Not for long. It was lovely. It was lovely by Chong. He's not looking so average. Whoever it was who called him average, he obviously heard it because he's looking class now. Yeah, David Lloyd, I don't think Herrera will play. Hamridge says as well. I think our midfield could be quite negative by the sounds of it if Pogba's going to be on the bench. Here's Gomez out on that left-hand side. Liverpool are parking the bus and just trying to hit on the brake at the moment. Get across in the box. Put it in the box. Oh, I thought he'd scored there, Chong. Keeper was in all sorts of problems. Shoots it wide. How close was he? Wasn't far off. Keeper was worried. And I think in the last sort of half an hour, Chong now looks, with Liverpool's right winger, funnily enough, those two look the best players on the pitch. And it just shows you when you start giving him the ball, he looks a good player. First half, nothing of the ball. Come on, United. We're starting to run out of time. 15 minutes to go. I hate Gerrard as well. I can't stand to see Gerrard smugly there. Probably run and kiss the camera and make it all about him. Mark Bundell says, Chong started quite slow. I'm so happy to see what everyone is calling him a talent now. Liverpool had a chance there. It's come to nothing. If Jose stays in the summer, I'd advise Pogba, Martial, Shaw to leave for their career to blossom, says Andrew Ellis. And Mini Diver says Gerrard's looking on edge in the dugout. Raddy Razor, do you think some of our youth can feed us with much needed talent, or we lost the battle to City? I do play FIFA and Tony Muller. I just haven't had a chance lately. Chong is Dutch. Jay Coulthurst. Murty says, "Why do I want Martial on the right?" I just want Martial to start, and I don't think he's gonna. He's obviously gonna play Sanchez on the left, isn't he? So. CJ Buxton wants to see Boonen on. We've made one substitution, which was Tanner, which was quite a defensive one, because Warren was getting absolutely done down that left-hand side. So we've got a couple of substitutions to make still. And I think the one thing United have been disappointing in this game is defence. Midfield has been poor. Here we go, slip him in. Oh, Chong was wanting that. Barlow, what are you doing? Harry Cohen says Chong is on FIFA. Is he any good? John Sherrill said, "It was me who said Chong was average." To be fair, at that point, he'd had an average game. I don't think he's an average player. I think he'd had an average game, but he's had a lot more ball since then, and he's shown his skills. But Liverpool looking to get a killer goal here. It would be a killer goal at this stage. And they've got it. Dear, dear. Down that right and that left hand side. It's a good goal, but Tanner's come on, not been any better than Warren, and 2-0 Liverpool. Disappointing. Yes. But United, you know, it's been... He's tried to make the substitution, taking Warren off for Tanner, and then, again, you know, they've took off their right winger and brought somebody else on, and the same problem occurs for United. They've just not dealt with the right-hand side of Liverpool all game. And I think on the balance that Liverpool probably do deserve it. But disappointing from United. They look a lot like the first team, to be honest. Just something missing. Midfield lacking any creativity, really. And but the attack's good. But if your midfield's not good, it doesn't matter what your attack's like. Well, can United get a goal and set up a barnstorming finish? Nigel Jones says bad omen for later today. The Storm says United are a one-man team with Chong. I think, in fairness, Liverpool have got a better team on this game than Manchester United have. I think United have got a few good players, whereas Liverpool have got a lot more good players. And I think United have got a few in the midfield. I just don't... On this performance, I think Hamilton, why is he anywhere near the first team? Garner's not been that impressive. Barlow, he's been okay, but he's been the best of an average bunch, I suppose. Defensively, Williams looks good. O'Connor, again, not great. Tanner and Warren at left back, not great. Lard, really impressed with him. He would have been my man of the match, apart from the fact that Chong's been brilliant in the last 20 minutes. Gomez, well, we know all about Gomez, but he's not had a great game himself. And Buhi just doesn't look to have the physicality that you need for a striker. Ten minutes to go. Nabs, I think I've just asked that question, answered the question, who's impressed me. Lard at right back, really good, and only 16.5 as well, so he's only going to get better, because a lot of these players will be a year, some 2 years, some 3 years older than him. So that's amazing. I think he's got a great future. Chong, I really like. Gets frustrated as well, which is good to see. He's got that winning attitude. Gomez has been a bit quiet. I've been saying for a while that I think Chong is the better one, simply because of how he plays. Yellow card for Liverpool here late on. Tackle on Hamilton. No Torre, says Hallam. It would have been nice to see him. It's a show, to be honest though, I think this Liverpool team is probably going to get beat by Man City in the next round anyway, but doesn't mean you don't want to win this game. Torre, I think, has got an injured. I think he's injured. Maybe ask Shu, because I think he watches them every game. Barry Walsh is right, Aaron. Their 18s are normally good. They are top of the table. I mean, to be fair, a lot of them just haven't turned up for this game as well. They've not been at the level that they should be. Hamilton doesn't look impressive. Safe, I agree. Another free kick wasted. Hey, look, for all the Liverpool fans who've come on here for a bit of a joke, I think the biggest joke is that your fan channel can't even be bothered to cover a youth game. Says a hell of a lot. Maybe for the next round, because we're not going to be in it, you should get onto them and tell them to cover their youth. Or is it all just about signing players? Because at least the United stand is more interested in what the whole club's all about, rather than just focusing on signings. Garner and O'Connor are off. Burkhardt and Mellor are on. And they'd have to do something special, United, now though, because there's only about 7 minutes left. St. Columbo says attacking changes. We should have done that from the start. Look, if you want to know anything about youth football as well, Liverpool will get battered by Man City in the next round. We probably would have done, in fairness. Steve Gerrard is a Liverpool fan trying to tell us that we've got a manager that won't look twice at playing youth. All right. Okay. That's why Scott McTominay played at the weekend and has played. I don't agree with McTominay playing, but he's from the youth. He's been at the club since he was 9 years of age, and he's playing regularly for the first team. So you've got to sit down there when you... I love a bit of banter with rival fans, but you can't make fake banter. You've got to come up with something that's factual. And Mourinho has been playing McTominay quite regularly, not just 5 minutes in League Cup games, Premier League, Champions League. So you're wrong. Oh God, come on! It'd be nice if United just got a goal. Liverpool parking the bus now, but their day is done, really. They've got the 2 goals. Where would Pereira play if back next season, says Nabs MU? Well, he's an attacking midfielder. I think he could play in a midfield 3 as well. It's interesting because Mourinho did use him as a CDM. And that everyone says, oh no, he can't do that. But he can. He can. I wouldn't play him as a CDM, but he can play in a, he could play in a midfield 3. United just pushing to try and get something here. Look, when Liverpool first team are ahead of us in the league, I'll start listening to Liverpool fans. But at the moment, you're not going to be. You're playing us in a couple of games' time at Old Trafford. Then we'll see what you're all about. Beating Porto, you know, Kings of the Pub League. Most of these kids won't get played by Klopp anyway because he'll be too desperate to keep his job. I don't know where our mods have gone, but I'm just going to have to do a bit of cleaning up myself. We don't have to put up with what these Liverpool fans are doing on here, that's for sure. We've had mods today, but they've just gone probably having a cup of tea or something. But don't worry, I'm clearing up the rubbish. Gamer Abdul, you're right. The trouble is people can't come on and just have a normal conversation. They have to start talking nonsense. And I don't mind banter. It's all good. But I'm not having that Mourinho doesn't play youth when he played one at the weekend for 90 minutes. Who's been promoted this season. You know, McTominay. There's some stats as well about United youth compared to everybody else. And we play, you know, more than double the minutes than anybody else. Okay, just because your name's come on United, you're going as well. So a couple of minutes to go. Oh, that just reminds me actually. I'm just going to do it now. I'm going to open up the live stream for the United's Sevilla game, which will be live in 2 hours. I've got 2 hours off and then I'm back on. So yeah, I'm going to open up the stream now for Sevilla versus Manchester United. So if you want to get on the live comments, the early squad, that will be opening up in the next couple of minutes as well. And then I'll be back live at 7:15 with massive team news. Champions, I don't know actually, just the Champions League might come out a little bit earlier than that. It might be 6:30, so I might be live a little bit earlier. We'll see. I can't remember. If anybody knows what time the Champions League team news comes out, that would be a big help, because I've got a funny feeling it might be bloody YouTube's decided not to work now. Let me shut it all down. Sorry folks, can't see your live comments at the moment because YouTube's crashed. Liverpool are 2-0 up and they've just had a corner where they've just passed it to themselves like they're defending a 1-0 lead. Always thick, aren't they? You know where you keep it in the corner? Idiots. You're 2-0 up. Late corner for United. There's only going to be 3 minutes added on, and we are into the added minutes already. Be nice if United could just get a goal. Corner from Gomez, and I think there's a foul being given there. There we go. That's what we wanted. It was just taking a while to load up. Very slow YouTube today for some reason. Don't know why. Nicky Butt beaten by Gerrard then. That will be the headline everyone wants to go with. The media will love that. I mean, all I've heard over the last few days is it's Steven Gerrard's team. You hardly ever heard about the fact that Nicky Butt manages United's. But you got to, you know, Nicky could have silenced them all. He could have got a result today. Not to be for United. Not to be. Out of the Uefa Youth Cup. 2-0 to Liverpool. Soft first goal. Keeper should have saved it. Definitely should have saved it. Let me come back to you lot. So I've opened up the live comments for the Sevilla game. I know a lot of you like to do the early squad stuff and have a chat about the game. Obviously, you might want to talk about the rumours that Paul Pogba's on the bench tonight. I'm going to have a little bit of research about that myself. But the live comments is open for that. You can go through the homepage, Sevilla versus Manchester United live stream watch along, and also make sure you give Flex's Sevilla vlog a watch. That is on the homepage as well. You might be on your recommended videos as well. But give it a watch if you want to know what Sevilla's about. Have a look around the ground. The vlog for the game is there on the channel for you. So give it a watch. Support Flex out in Sevilla. We'll have fan cams coming up tonight as well. But obviously I'm going to be live at 7:15 tonight with the team news right the way through till full time, and then at full time we'll be live for another hour taking your calls about the game. So it's all about your fans and fan opinion on United Stand as per usual. Thanks for everybody who's watched this game tonight, this afternoon. Been good to do it. It's a shame that's the end of the journey because I would like to have done the next round against City, but not to be. And in fairness, United have not been good enough, and Liverpool have. 2-0, no goals for United, and take it on the chin. But, you know, for me, Ethan Laird, man of the match. I thought Gomez had a good 20 minutes where he looked like the best player on the pitch, but consistency for me, Ethan Laird is my man of the match. Looks very, very good. 16 and a half. 3 years younger than a lot of these players. Very, very, very good player with hopefully a really good future at United. Gomez was quiet. Chong, in and out, but looks a really, really good player. But Liverpool, the better team. I think United have got too many average players in that team and not enough good players. But having said that, they're top of the league in the under-18 team. So, and that's that. Gerrard, all the cameras on him. But yeah, that's the end of that. Right, I'm going to go and have a couple of hours break. Chill out a bit, and then we'll be live again at 7:15 with the team news. Manchester United versus Sevilla in the Champions League. The stream is open for that, and if you want to watch the vlog, please do. The vlog of Flex out in Sevilla, give that a watch as well. And I'll see you all at 7:15. It has been very much like the first team, very disappointing, but we'll pick all that up a bit later. Speak to you soon. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, and see you all at 7:15 for the team news. Thanks for watching. No second leg, they're out.